around at the reception, drinking wine, and so on. These three men, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and Bill Gates' father, are good friends, and they were standing and talking. One of the other guests came up and said, "Excuse me, gentlemen, you are three of the most important people in the world. What would you say is the most important key to success today?" And they stopped talking, and they all turned, and they said, "Focus. Focus is the most important quality for success today." We're so surrounded by so many distractions of so many kinds that the ability to focus is more important for success than any other quality. Now, I developed a philosophy when I was young and broke, and the philosophy was that if rich, successful people tell you to do something, you should do it. If they tell you that this is a key to their success, then you should at least practice it for a while to see if it applies to you. What I have learned, and what I learned coaching my clients, my business owners, is I taught them how to focus. I taught them how to select specific goals and activities in each area of their life and how to focus like a laser beam on one goal at a time. If you can do that, you can conquer the world. Now, concentration is, in reality, where all the work in time management leads us to. It is the ability to concentrate 100% on one thing, setting priorities, the most important thing, and to stay with that single task until it's finished. Concentration means moving forward in a straight line toward the goals and objectives that you've clearly identified. It means concentrating without diversion or distraction. Focus and concentration, I believe, in 25 years of research, are the reasons for success and happiness in life. The reasons for a lack of success and unhappiness are a lack of focus, a lack of concentration. I have found the most important time management or personal productivity principle of all, and it is this. Make a list of everything you do in the morning before you start work, and then select the one item on that list that's more important than any others in terms of potential consequences, and then start on that one task and work on it 100% of the time until it's complete. Now, if you can do that, you can double and triple your productivity, become one of the highest paid and most respected people in your world. Select your most important task. Start on it immediately. Work on it 100% of the time until it's complete, because here's what I discovered in 30 years of studying and writing books on time management. Task completion is the key to success. It is not tasks that you work on, but it's only the tasks that you complete. If you're a student, it's completing your assignments and your reports. If you're a salesperson, it's completing the sales. If you're a business person, it's completing different transactions. Everything in life is completing tasks. Now, here's a wonderful payoff. When you complete an important task, it gives you an increased sense of self-esteem and personal power. Your self-confidence goes up. You get more energy and more ideas. You feel happy about yourself. Whenever you complete a task, your brain gives you a rush of endorphins, and endorphins make you happy, more alert, and more creative. They strengthen your immune system so that you're never sick. So you'll find that what successful people do is they're always starting and completing tasks, and especially they start and complete them on time. Now, what does this require? It requires our old friend and enemy, self-discipline. Now, what we know about task completion is that not only is it the key to the future, not only is it the key to getting more and greater and better opportunities, but important task completion, doing something that's important to you and carrying it through and finishing it 100% at the end is a source of energy, enthusiasm, and high self-esteem. Men and women who are working consistently on getting important things done and staying with it to the complete are more positive. They're more optimistic. They're more self-confident. They're full of confidence. They have more belief and self-assurance in themselves, and they get more opportunities to complete more tasks. And here's the flip side. Completing low-priority tasks leads to stress. If you work and you get a lot of little things done, but they're not moving you toward the accomplishment of things that are really important to you, what happens is you just feel crummy as a result. We find that the average Brit, average German, average French person works about 1,600 hours a year. An average executive or business owner works about 2,000 hours a year. So what you do is you take your annual income and you divide it by 2,000. So let's say you're earning $100,000 a year divided by 2,000. That means that you're earning $50 an hour. This is your hourly rate. Over time, you can include all your benefits and pensions and so on. But whatever this is, let's say your hourly income is $50 an hour. That means, by Ricardo's law, the law of comparative advantage, as formulated by David Ricardo, you don't do anything that pays less than $50 an hour. You only do things that pay you $50 an hour or more, or that people would pay you 50 quid an hour or more to do, and everything else you delegate. If there's something that someone else can do for $10 an hour, you hire somebody to do that. $20 an hour, $30 an hour, you keep hiring people who can do tasks at a lower hourly rate than yourself. Now here's the great discovery, and this can be life-changing. I call it the law of three. The law of three says that no matter how many things you do, how many tasks you do in a week or a month, and it's usually 20 or 30, three of those tasks account for 90% of your value. Only three. You make a list of all of your tasks, and I do this with my business owners, and I have them go through this, and they're astonished. They double their income within 30 days because I ask them the three magic questions. Magic question number one. If you could only do one thing on this list, one task on this list all day long, which one task would have the greatest positive impact on your career? Which one task? Well, it'll usually pop. It'll jump out at you. So you put a circle around it. Then you say, if you could only do two things all day long, which would be number two, and you put a circle around that. If you could only do three things all day long, which would be number three, put a circle around that. And suddenly, it's almost like all these other tasks fade. Again, like in a camera shot in a movie, a fade, and those three tasks are sitting there like those three magic tabs. And you realize, oh my God, those are the big three. Everything else is secondary. Everything else can be done by someone else or done later, or not done at all. And then you focus on the three. So here's the rule for doubling your income, and doubling it again, and I'll repeat it again. Do fewer things, but do more important things, and do them more often, and get better at them. Repeat. Do fewer things, the big three. Do more important things, do more of them, spend more of your day working on those three tasks, and then get better at those tasks so you can get more done faster at a higher level of quality. If you will practice the law of three, you'll transform your life. If you combine that with the eat the frog and work on your most important task, the one that can contribute the most value, and you can do that until it becomes a habit, just automatic. You get up in the morning and you just start working on your most important task, and you say, no, I don't do that. I don't do little tasks. Those are not my job. People say, what about this? What about that? I said, excuse me, I'm management, my labor. I do management tasks. I do my big three labor. Does all this other thing? So you, person who's watching this right now, is your management on labor. Think of yourself as management and do your three tasks. If you can do that until it becomes a habit, you're going to conquer the world. All of us, over the course of our lives, want to develop character, and character has been defined several ways. One definition I like is that character is the ability to follow through on a resolution after the enthusiasm with which the resolution was made has passed. So taking this course, by the way, you'll make a lot of decisions and commitments and resolutions. The true measure of character is whether or not you have the capacity to follow through. Character, in effect, is self-discipline in action. Character is self-discipline in action. You can tell how much character you have by how willing you are to discipline yourself, to make the sacrifices that are necessary in the short term, to have a great life in the long term.